instructional video for emergency winterization of this pretty complicated Jandy system. This is a Greg Leschberg Designs. Love these pulls. He puts a lot of thought into them. Very happy to be able to do one of these videos on one of his equipment sets. Notice the size of his plumbing. Hydraulically, this is a fantastic pull. All right, so we lose power or we lose circulation, and we have to protect all our pool equipment, and because we can't run it to keep it from freezing. The very first step is we kill all breakers inside of here. We turn all these breakers off. That way, and it also turns the power off to the control system, and we don't have to worry about valve actuators turning. So the very first thing I would do is we have this waterfall pump, and you might want to winterize this waterfall pump anyway, but if you do, you want to make sure, or you want to kill the breaker to just that pump, but you might want to consider winterizing this pump. So the first thing we do is we remove this lid, maybe get a mallet or something like that. Then you take this lid off, and then you want to remove these two drain plugs. These are just thumb screws. You turn and they come out, and then you want to put them into the pump basket so they do not get lost and they're protected. And then on your pre-skimmer, you take this lid off, it spins off. You may have to tap it with your mallet to get it to turn, and I've already evacuated it. But when you open this, you're going to drain all the way down below a ground level, so you're safe. So we want to open that, make sure the water drains out of there, and then we have this one protected. This pump system's good to go. Both valves are open, so this will drain down below water level or ground level. Then we have your filter pump. Okay, just very similar to this pump, we're going to take this lid off and we're going to remove these two plugs. Now on your filter, this is your filter right here. Oh, on the filter pump, we also want to do the same that we did over on that one. We want to take this lid off and let this completely drain down. Now we have this valve that will be locked, so I would recommend wrapping this valve and this plumbing right here, wrap that in a blanket or something, just protect it the best you can. Our main purpose of this is just protect all this pool equipment. We're probably looking over $20,000 worth of equipment. We want to protect that. On your filter, we're going to open this. We just turn this. See, and you can hear the hiss. That's water being evacuated, being replaced with air. And then down here, we have this big old plug. Now to remove that plug, you're going to need a large pair of channel locks or like tool, and you're going to just use these channel locks. You're going to grab onto this, and you're going to turn that and unscrew it until it comes off, and then that will allow the water to pour out of there. Now on your salt or your chlorine feed system, there is a drain plug right there. It is right there. We want to take that, just unscrew this thumb screw right here, screw it out, put that into your pump basket over here. All these plugs we pull out, we're going to put into the pump basket. Now we're going to go to your ozone system. Or it's actually an AOP system. We're going to go to the UV tank, which is this big thing right here. On the back side, this has a cap that you have to screw off, and then you can open that, and you see that water coming out of there, then that will drain this tank. It's got a valve and it's got a cap, so make sure you do both. And you're going to leave it open. And then on your degasser system, which is this, we're going to shut this valve off, and we're going to open this spigot and allow that to drain out. And then the same on this spigot, we're going to open that to let it drain out, and we're going to close this valve. Now on your heater, this is a Jandy JXI heater. We have another thumb screw. It's way down here. It's on the back side. On the back side, way down here, we're gonna, with the thumb screw, you may have to use a pair of pliers to get it off. Be careful not to break that thumb screw off. We're gonna remove that, put that plug into your pump basket, and that will protect the heater itself. Now, in an emergency, this valve is shut off. See where the off is? This pipe is closed off, so you can't necessarily evacuate this pipe. I would just put blankets over this particular pipe all the way back and around that valve to protect that valve. Over here, all this should drain all the way down. I don't believe you need to worry about this. If you're winterized, I believe all this plumbing will be good because it's all open, and that should take care of everything you need to do on your equipment pad. It's drain plugs on this pump, drain plugs on this pump. Open the lids on the filter. We're going to open that valve right there. We're going to unscrew that to allow air into the system. Then we're going to unscrew that from the bottom of the filter with the large pair of channel locks. On your chlorinator, we're going to pull that thumb screw out. On your ozonator and your degasser system, we're going to close that off. I'm going to go ahead and do that anyway. We're just going to shut down the degasser because they're susceptible to freeze damage anyway. So we'll just go ahead and close that for you while we're here. But we'll open this spigot just like a normal water spigot on there, and then we have that one right there. So we got two spigots. We got one here, we got one spigot there. And then we're going to shut that valve. We're going to close it. That's closed in that position. And that little red valve there is closed in that position. We got backside of the UV system. We're going to remove that cap and open that little valve to drain your UV tank. On your heater, on the back side of the heater, way down there, we have that drain plug. And since that valve is going to be closed off, we're just going to wrap this pipe to make sure we protect it. And we're going to wrap this pipe to protect it. That valve, we want to wrap that, and that pipe. You can throw blankets over all this, it doesn't hurt. Don't cover it if the system's working. If the system's working, you're going to be okay. You don't need to worry about the freeze. If the system is down, then you can cover pumps, you can cover plumbing, do whatever you want. But for the most part, we've done everything we need to do to protect all the equipment. On your booster pump, we have that drain plug right there. We want to make sure that it's right there. We want to make sure we remove that plug. Now, over at the pool itself, we want to put half empty water bottles with the lid on them. Put one in each skimmer. If you have larger containers, like 1 gallon containers, you can put those in your hot tub. That's to help prevent damage from ice pushing out. It can break the walls of the skimmer, and it can damage the tile around the hot tub. But we're just going to float those in there. You have this large tanning shelf, and this is a susceptible area if we have a long extended freeze. This is an area that can receive some damage from ice. So you want to make sure that you keep this ice broken up, but be careful breaking the ice. Don't damage your plaster. The waterfall, I believe we decided we're just going to go ahead and winterize that for you, so you don't have to worry about that. It's going to be winterized over at the equipment. The cleaner, if you want to pull the cleaner out of the water, you can, but in an emergency, if it's going to be 20 degrees out here and seeing where it plugs into the wall, I would probably just leave it, and I don't think you're going to do too much damage with it being that far underwater. If you have any questions, give us a call. You can call me on the number that I send this video to you from, and you can FaceTime me, do whatever you need to do to just make sure that we get your equipment protected. Thank you.